they walked straight into the lion's den. Cutting someone off mid-thought or during a question is already bold, but doing it to Joe Rogan. Bad idea. Spoiler alert, it backfires. Joe doesn't exactly take interruptions lightly, especially not on his own turf. From Neil deGrasse Tyson to Steven Crowder, we're diving into some classic moments where guests found that out the hard way. And yes, even Jamie got caught in the crossfire once. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.
Distant future, you can just redirect a comet and get all the water you need, but
how far distant is that?
The comet's everywhere, dude. We're in a shooting gallery.
Yeah, that's not what I asked.
Oh.
How far away do you think it is before we could redirect
how far away in time?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Because when ice melts, it takes up lower volume than it was when it became ice. And that's why pipes break.
I thought pipes break just because the water expands.
Yeah, I just described that in the opposite direction.
Oh, so because as it freezes it, but I didn't know it gets larger.
That's what expansion means. What's with your vocabulary here? Whatever is your concept, the discoveries of astrophysicists bring you closer to it.
I get your perspective. Let me be the opposing view. They feel
no. I'm not trying to.
No, I know you're not.
This is just information.
Okay.
This is information, and
Believe it or not, this wasn't Neil's first rodeo on the show, so you'd think he'd know the flow by now. But nope, his trademark habit of steamrolling conversations was in full force. Sure, his scientific takes are intriguing, no doubt. But there's a limit to how much airtime one guy can hog, especially when he's cutting in every 5 seconds like he's on a deadline. Joe's patience starts wearing thin, and the vibe just keeps getting more uncomfortable by the minute.
I think the real problem, too, is I think it's
if you value mountain climbing.
That's the thing about
By the way,
water.
every glass. Do you see this?
People's pee is in it.
That's correct.
How much of a
By the way, all the glaciers
society?
are fresh water. Here's something that no one talks about. When the glaciers melt, where does the water go? Where does it go? Just tell me. You know the answer. Just
into the ocean.
Back in the ocean.
Oh.
That's the map of dark matter in the universe. A three-dimensional map.
I've tried to give that a shot.
Yes.
No, we don't know what it is, so don't worry about it if you don't understand it.
Yeah, but it's too goddamn confusing for me.
No, it's not confusing at all. It's not. It's something out there that has 85% of the gravity of the universe, and we don't know what the hell it is.
That's not confusing?
It's not confusing. It's
if you don't know what the hell it is, it's confusing by nature. When I've talked to other astrophysicists and scientists...
Wait, let me ask. Are these conversations supposed to have a theme or a purpose? Or is it just you sit there and just whatever comes to your head, you send my way?
You and me?
Yeah.
Well, clearly, it's just whatever comes to my head.
That's if Joe even gets a chance to say what's on his mind. The comment section went savage on this episode. One viewer joked, "I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson didn't let the guests speak much," while another added, "Imagine to Neil. deGrasse Tyson's in a room. It'd be a black hole of interruption. Neither one could talk, and they'd implode under the weight of their own nonstop commentary." Up next, Adam Curry, who made the bold move of cutting Joe off before he could even finish asking a question.
Right? If they decided to have an Apple coin,
and
you'd buy all Apple products with Apple phones, Apple iMacs, and you just invest in. What do you mean? No, hold please.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Hold please. Let me finish. You let people invest in being a part of the company. So you buy coins, and through those coins, you can buy products, and you can invest a certain amount. And the coins go up, you actually make money. The coins go down, you lose money. And as the company keeps doing better, it's almost like another version of stocks or something. And you buy it all through that. Is that possible?
Possible.
Now that you heard me all the way through.
Sorry,
Is that possible?
it's a very bad habit
No,
I have.
that's okay.
I'm
You're just excited to talk.
I'm a fucking know-it-all. I'm very excited
you're smart.
about it.
You're excited.
If you're not familiar with him, he's literally the original podcaster. Some even call him the Podfather. He and Dave Weiner co-created a program called iPodder, which let users download internet radio broadcasts straight to their iPods. By the way, I couldn't help but notice you haven't liked the video or subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? Now, I've got to give props to Adam for his quick recovery. He realized he was interrupting and immediately dialed it back, but nothing compares to the fiery exchange between Joe and Steven Crowder. It's hands down one of the show's most unforgettable moments.
That's not necessarily true of people allowed to grow it themselves.
Maybe it's not necessarily true. I'll give you that.
But I also think it's not necessarily true that the reason people can't smoke up is because Big Pharma is sitting somewhere, Martin Shkreli going, oh, let's make pot illegal.
Well, not that
That's
guy.
my only point.
But there are absolutely people who have lobbied, as we talked about how the prison guard union has lobbied to keep marijuana illegal. There's absolutely pharmaceutical companies have done the same thing. It was revealed in the WikiLeaks memos.
See, this is where I was saying don't care about
don't
this.
interrupt me. Where Hillary Clinton said that she's against marijuana in every sense of the word, right? You remember those
Trump's pretty
WikiLeaks
against it,
papers
too.
that came out?
Yeah.
Is he? He said he would leave it up to the states.
Yeah.
That's actually a constitutional approach.
Cannabis is one topic you really don't want to casually toss into a conversation with Joe Rogan unless you're fully prepared for a passionate gloves-off debate. Joe's been outspoken about it for years, constantly highlighting its benefits, and going after what he sees as myths and double standards. His intensity on the subject is crystal clear, though at times it borders on defensive, especially when someone pushes back. And the second weed gets mentioned, you can almost see Joe winding up to unload a barrage of facts and personal stories. But Crowder is not the type to fold, and that's exactly what sparked this fiery exchange.
Holla at Colorado.
Yeah. But another thing that we just wrote about, and again, people get mad with the weed
Economics.
issue. Well, no. Traffic fatalities regarding marijuana have skyrocketed.
Google that, because that's nonsense.
No, we wrote about it at loudandbetter.com.
Drunk driving arrests have dropped. What do you mean you've... First of all...
No, I wrote about what the sources
first of
there,
all,
the original studies.
Just because someone gets in an accident and they're high...
See,
because... Hold on. Stop.
No, hold on a second. This is
you
because you just
interrupt
want-
way too much.
No,
You need to stop.
you talk in
hold on a
paragraphs.
second. No. I don't talk in
Go ahead.
paragraphs. I make full points. If people are high a lot and the same amount of fatalities exist, but the people that get checked once they get into these accidents happen to be high, it does not necessarily mean that marijuana caused those fatalities. It could be that you have an increased incidence of people doing marijuana and altercations that could not have been avoided.
It could be.
It could be.
But the statistical change is measurable.
Well, what is
from
it?
pre and
You're
post.
talking about in Colorado.
In states where it's been decriminalized
Let's
or
go
legalized.
with Colorado.
It kept going like that for a solid 10 minutes. The comment section lit up with people roasting Joe and calling him an a-hole for how he handled it. Eventually, he posted a long apology on Instagram. Part of it read, well, this one went off the rails for a while. First of all, I genuinely like Steven as a person. And although I might not agree with him about everything, I think he's a good man. During the podcast, we got into the subject of marijuana, and by that time, why especially me were quite a bit drunk and didn't exactly handle the conversation really well. He continued, judging by my personal level of regret after this reaction, I aimed up. I take 100% responsibility for it going off the rails, and I'm truly sorry if it upset any of you that listen to or watch this. Personally, I don't think he needed to apologize, but it really shows the kind of character he has. And to wrap things up, let's talk about one of the rare times Jamie caught a stray. And yeah, it's kind of hilarious.
Huge turnout, Joe. Huge turnout. Gigantic.
turnout.
What's the number?
I'll pull them up for you right now.
It was 102 early.
Whoa.
And
I didn't vote because I thought too many people were voting.
Get this.
Isn't the early vote more than all of the vote from
No, it was
some years?
Oh,
yes,
some
that's what I was
years,
going to say. For Texas
How about
specifically.
you let him answer since he's the f***ing expert?
You're looking at me.
Jamie's like, no.
For Texas specifically, yes. Texas passed the total number of votes in their pre-voting.
This one's from the End of the World 2 episode, which dropped just a day before the 2020 elections. And honestly, Joe should never forget. Jamie had an A in physics and always laughed at his jokes when nobody else did. So yeah, put some respect on my guy's name. But hey, I'd love to hear what you think, so let's get the conversation going in the comments below. And if you want your friends to relive these epic moments, don't forget to share the video with them. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll catch you in the next.